Welcome to day 4 of Shop Talk from Loch Ness Knitting. I'm Dwinwyn, the owner of Loch Ness Knitting, and today we're going to be talking about books. If you'd like to check out the other videos from the week, you can find them on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. And if you sign up to our YouTube channel Loch Ness Living, we've got a whole range of videos there talking about dyeing, spending time in the Highlands and meeting some other businesses and faces that live and work up here in the Scottish Highlands. So let's crack on. Okay, all of my books are self-published, which means that I have written, photographed, edited, done the layout and all the arrangements myself. That's what self-publishing means to me. They are all available to buy on Amazon, or as you can see, I have them here on the table. So the first book I'm going to talk about is My Colourful Kitchen. This was my first self-published book, and the idea with this book is that you can have a go at some of my sustainable natural dyeing techniques at home. It gives you an introduction to preparing your yarn through things like mordanting. And then what I did was pair each type of kitchen material with a recipe, so you can make your recipe and collect your kitchen waste, and then we go through the process of transforming that into a natural dye. So this is a great thing to get you started at home, to practice with kids if that's something that you'd like to try, and it's a lovely way to challenge ideas about what we can do with waste, how we think about waste, and making another use from something that would otherwise go in the bin. So that's my first book, My Colourful Kitchen. This is the one that we're currently transforming into an online course, and that should be available for you to access in the next couple of weeks, where I'll take you through in more detail some of the dye recipes in here. The second book that I wrote and put together was My Colourful Garden. So this is very similar to My Colourful Kitchen. It's focusing on using garden waste materials, and it operates seasonally. So it's laid out so that things that are popping up in spring and summer, let's see if we can find something. So here we go. Things like rhubarb leaves, rowan berries and lichen there. So we've got the spring section, and there we go, daffodils. So very appropriate for this time of year. It works seasonally through the year for items popping up in your garden, and the idea is that as you're working away in your garden, instead of putting something straight on the compost heap, we could add another use to some of these materials, make some beautiful colour, and then they can continue their journey to the compost heap. Now, the main thing to mention about this is, even if you're not in the UK or in Scotland as I am, a lot of the plants mentioned in here are invasive species, so they're not native to us, but they may be native to where you are in the world, so something like rhododendrons. But also the methods of just working more broadly with flowers, leaves, barks and lichen can be applied to other plants, and in fact I would encourage you to apply them to the plants that are invasive and abundant in your gardens and experiment. So this is still a good resource to have even if you're not working in the UK. And finally, the third book we have on the table is the Highland Yarn Guide. So this is a lovely wee book that is aimed at directing people to local, authentic yarn businesses operating in and around the Scottish Highlands. This book came about because lots of the customers visiting me here in Drumnadrochit would ask where to go next on their journeys, and I just thought it'd be really helpful to have some maps. So let's put that way. There we go. So we've got 6 routes, 6 of the most popular tourist routes around the Scottish Highlands, including the North Coast 500. They've been beautifully illustrated for us by Selena Jane. She's done the maps, and she's also done some sheep drawings that are featured throughout the book, and they're also available as lovely cards. You can buy a set of greeting cards for us featuring Selena's sheep drawings. And this book is a fantastic resource if you are looking at the moment for authentic small businesses and indie dyers in the Highlands, places to spend your money right now or plan to spend your money in the future and build your stash. If you're looking for something a bit different, if you're looking to get yarn straight from the sheep or straight from the croft, there's some resources in here for you. If you just want to dream and plan for a journey in the future, you'll hopefully find some good ideas in here as well. So that's book number 3. Okay, so that's nearly us for today. Before we go, we're going to do today's small business shout out, and I'm delighted today to point you in the direction of the Glenwithis Distillery and the Dornoch Distillery. Both of these distilleries have gone above and beyond for our Highland communities at the moment, and they really deserve a thank you and a like and a follow on social media if you want to go and check them out. Thank you for joining me today. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about knitting kits. If you can like, share and follow on the socials, and that's really helpful. And if you have any feedback, comments or questions, please pop them in the comments box below and I will be watching those. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for knitting kits.